Hi, welcome to today's tip of the day video brought to you by the Michigan Veterans Employment Services and the National Guard Soldier and Family Readiness Programs through the Employment Readiness Series. Today's topic revolves around federal resume writing and being extremely detailed, including everything. Bottom line is you don't know what you know until you really get down and start breaking down your past experiences. When you start out with a federal resume, you'll want to enter the complete contact and biographical data that they're requesting. So this would include, of course, your name, address, and points of contact, like mobile, daytime, evening phone number, and email address. You also want to note any veteran preference that you might be eligible for, either a 5-point or 10-point preference. And there are different 10-point preference availabilities, say for 30% or more disabled veterans or 20% or less. As well, you want to target the resume to the job you're applying for. So in this example, we're using an IT job posting that we used from the presentation before. As well, you want to note the desired locations that you're willing to work at that are offered in the posting. Some postings have multiple locations where the duty stations where the job will be located. Now, when you go into your work experience, you want to enter all the requested information from the USA Jobs resume builder. Now, this includes, of course, an employer's name, the dates of service. You always want to have a month and a year, and until when. Now, you can say present if you're still working. You also want to note your wage and the hours worked per week, and also a supervisor's name and contact. Now, use qualifying and quantifying statements when you're talking about your skill sets. In this example, they worked in systems and software support for 17 servers and 1,300 users. That kind of gives the hiring authority a little bit more idea of what you're working with there and how they can actually qualify you more for a position at hand. And be expansive on the experience and accomplishments. This is not a civilian resume where you have to be brief. Federal resume, you can go and be as detailed as you want to be. Now, when you get to the additional information section, you can really church it up. You can enter quotes from previous supervisors, note all your security clearances or note the security clearance level that you're at right now, if any. And you're not just limited to those two examples. There's a lot of other information that you can add into the additional information section. For instance, you can have your professional summary and professional highlights. I mean, this is your resume. You want to toot your own horn. No one else is going to brag for you. You have to be your best advocate. As well, know any awards that you were given for all the hard work that you've done over the years. Now, if the military was your own experience, of course, you're going to have an accumulated amount of awards as well. And this being a federal resume, the hiring authority is going to have a better idea of what those awards are and what they were for, as opposed to a private sector employer who really doesn't have any idea about what you did in the military. Also, you can add additional related experience. Now, when it comes to education and training, you want to know, of course, major achievements with the undergrad or graduate level education, but also relevant job-related training, leadership academies, workshops, vocational training. And the list can get quite extensive when you're talking about job-related training, especially if you've been in a certain field for so long. You're going to have acquired a lot of hours in various trainings with various employers you've worked for. Now, getting down with the veteran skill set development. Now, most active duty service personnel, of course, they'll have at least one duty station or more, depending on the length of service and what their MOS was. So you can start out first with that first duty station after all your training. Break down, where you were at, what you did, what your rank was, and just be real specific. And then also within that first duty station, you may have had deployment or TDY experience where the experience level will have changed as well. Either maybe you were promoted. And do that for the second duty station and beyond. Same principles apply. Like I would tell my kids, as they were getting older, I said, in school, I said, another year gone by, another grade, things will get harder. And that's the way it's going to be as you progress. And the same with the work experience. The longer you're with someplace, the more responsibility you get, and the more experience you acquire. Now use this transferable skills inventory to really select the skills that you want to relate to that job you're applying for. Sell your resume by highlighting your major accomplishments and achievements. Again, toot your horn. You are your best advocate. The hiring authority is not going to make any assumptions about you. They're not going to try and fill any blanks that you might leave. So if you don't add it, they're not going to know about it. So all in all, your resume is your best tool to get that foot in the door with the federal employment. And use these skills, even though you may not have a specific job in mind, but use these examples to get yourself a good generic resume to hold on to. Because sometimes there are some special hiring authorities that you can slide into. For example, a lot of times the Social Security Administration will contact our agency and say, hey, do you have any 30% or more disabled vets? We'd like to see the resume, and they can non-competitively appoint someone that's qualified for a position. So keep plugging away. I'm Mick Albig, Veterans Career Advisor in the southeastern Michigan area down Nadern. Hope you've all enjoyed the video. Take care. Have a great day. We'll see you again soon.